Hey, every year we round up some random holiday and Christmas gift recommendations for other gamers in your life, or maybe even yourself. We try to point out things that aren't just like the usual gifts, like a game you didn't even ask for, or a cringeworthy t-shirt that says gamer on it from Target. No, we've got some more random and more thoughtful stuff. Some of it is small, some of it is big, and none of it is sponsored. We've got 10 groups of gifts, so let's get started off with number 10. We're gonna be referencing the website Etsy a lot in this list, you'll probably notice, because it's just a good source for custom gifts. When you dig deep on there, you can really find some good quality stuff if you pay attention to reviews and sellers. The first thing we wanna mention is custom memorabilia featuring your friend's maybe gamer tag, Steam ID, PSN name, general screen name, maybe their YouTube or Twitch username. Because believe it or not, you can get names on pretty much everything, like a personalized LED sign, which is really cool, maybe to put in their gaming setup, or maybe even behind their setup if they're an up-and-coming streamer or something like that. There's a lot of places where you can get really cool little displays or light stands featuring your friend's nickname. Also, kind of separately, but in terms of like a room setup with cool lighting, neon signs make a great gift. You've probably seen them out there, maybe the PlayStation logo, the Xbox logo, maybe more of a classic Nintendo Gamepad style thing. Not all neon lights are expensive. They've gotten actually much more affordable, especially when they're not actually using the real neon tubes, but they can still look just as good, and they make for a cool gift. Also, on the topic of custom gifts, it's definitely worth pointing out maybe a custom controller. People don't usually think of this, but get something from Scuff Gaming or AIM controllers, because you can use their sites to build some pretty sweet custom controllers for PlayStation or Xbox. Why not give them the gift of something that they're going to use pretty much every day? Next, over at number 9, we're gonna stick with something simple here. Coasters. Yes, coasters. No, not crappy ones that you can get at GameStop next to the Funko Pop collection that just has Five Nights at Freddy's on them. No, go online and look for some custom handmade ones. Support an artist. Believe it or not, these can get pretty affordable. We've linked some pretty cool ones from Left Coast Original, a user seller on Etsy, that have these wooden coasters that give off a little bit more of like a handmade feel, featuring famous iconography from a lot of video games. It's a small gift, but it's really nice, especially if you've got a friend that actually has a living room or a cool desk for their beverages. It's small but thoughtful, and it might make a good stocking stuffer, especially if they've got a sick desk that they don't want to mess up with, like, you know, the drink or coffee ring. And speaking of coffee, also, we just wanted to show this cool mug that we found. It's really silly, it's really corny, but it's just the definition of a gamer. I know I said we weren't going to recommend any like cringeworthy gamer things. We just thought this one was actually kind of clever. Next, over at number 8, sticking with custom stuff, how about a custom headphone stand? We've talked about recommending headphone stands in the past, but a custom one just is that little extra step further. Etsy does have a few that let you kind of get your friend's name on it. Usually they're either made out of wood or they're 3D printed, but there's a couple of other ones circulating out there on the internet that are also pretty sweet. We've talked about the utility of headset stands in the past. They're really like the sleeper gift. You're not surprised how good they actually are until you use one. In the past, we've even recommended a banana holder as a quick, cheap go-to headphone stand that actually works perfectly. So you can go to the custom route and getting something really fancy, or just go to Home Goods and buy them a banana stand. Either way, it's like a low-key but good and practical, useful gift. Next, over at number 7, sticking with practicality and usefulness, something that a lot of people don't think of is a computer monitor light, or a small light bar that can go above your computer monitor that can help light your desk area. Now, a lot of the times these don't light up in crazy colors if you want like a sick RGB setup, but you can adjust color temperatures. The way they're designed, they don't put a lot of glare on your screen, and they're great for seeing your keyboard, your mouse, or anything else you got going on your desk. The one we're recommending is only like 30-40 bucks on Amazon, and it's sleek and it's easy to use with like one button press. It's got a universal mount and it's really simple. We just tried to think of little things that are helpful that people wouldn't normally think of or gift to someone. And just to keep with that, if you're trying hard to find something for your gamer friend, just think of practical things like this. Also think posture and health stuff. Maybe a lumbar support for their chair, a neck rest, a wrist pad, something like that. All of those things go a long way, and they show that you actually care about the person's posture and comfort, and therefore their health. I'm serious, man, it's a good thing. Next, over at number 6, we'll recommend a couple of clothing items. Now, again, you might think these are cheesy, you might not. One thing that we came across that we thought was actually pretty cool is this beanie that says NPC on it. It's a little simple, it's a little understated. The average person isn't gonna even know what that is, which is kind of cool. It's also worth pointing out that there are tons of gamer-themed beanies and winter hats on Etsy, but you gotta look a little further for the ones that aren't corny. We definitely wanna recommend this one. It says, "What a horrible night to have a curse." It's just a really cool little simple thing, an old Castlevania quote that we really like. It's also kind of become a meme, but it's something tongue-in-cheek that might be nice to give to a friend. Over at number 5, we did mention RGB, so now let's talk about RGB stuff for that lit up gamer in your life. We'll recommend the IQ LT100. These are smart light towers that aren't overly obnoxious, but they look pretty cool, and they allow you to do a bunch of different things with your desk setup. Have it on your desk just for a cool thin light, put it behind your monitor for some cool backlighting. Do whatever you want. They're simple, they're easy to use, and a lot of times you can get it in a 2-pack. Honestly, the whole IQ lighting system thing is really good, but this is a good starter, like introductory one. Also, if you want to get crazy, if you got somebody that really likes RGB everything, we actually found HDMI cables that have RGB on them. Yes, I'm serious. I don't know how good the cables actually are, but they got RGB, so there you go, kid, go crazy. Also, jumping back to Etsy, somebody is selling a Matrix lamp that has like the Matrix code on it. This is really sweet. Doesn't really have too much to do with gaming, but since we're talking RGB and all that kind of crazy futuristic lighting, I actually really want this. Please, somebody buy this for me. Also, again, if you're looking for something and you want to go the custom route, there's a couple of sellers on Etsy that also do custom gaming mouse mats that have RGB lighting on them. Moving on over to number 4, let's talk mobile and smartphone stuff for the people that like to play games on the go. The first thing we can recommend is, believe it or not, a Razer phone cooler that of course has Razer Chroma RGB, but this is essentially a MagSafe cooler that can go on the back of your cell phone to cool it down when you're heating it up with all those hot, crazy video games. Is it ridiculous? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but every once in a while, personally, I like getting a ridiculous over-the-top gift. So here you go, for your friend whose phone gets warm from playing Genshin Impact all day. Maybe this will make them a little happier. Also, sticking with the mobile gaming, the Razer Kishi is very affordable, and it's probably one of the better attachment type things to make your phone into a Switch style handheld device with full controls. Lately on Amazon, they've been on sale for under 50 bucks. And for someone that just plays mobile games or somebody that streams their games to their phone, this is like a no-brainer. Next, over at number 3, we're going to keep it simple here. This might be a no-brainer for some of you, but consider giving somebody the gift of Gamepass or PlayStation Plus or a Steam gift card for one of those upcoming hot Steam sales. This is really like the winner gift because obviously you give somebody the gift of choice. They're able to go out and get whatever they want. You don't know what games they have, so this makes it easier. And at the end of the day, what you're doing is really giving them the gift of games, and that's great, isn't it? With Game Pass, you have just like a shit ton of games to choose to play through. It's kind of like a never-ending list. With PlayStation Plus, you can get access to free PS Plus games and of course the online features. Don't forget Nintendo too. eShop gift cards are very good considering Nintendo's digital library is now like freaking huge. And with a gift card to something like Steam, man, the possibilities are endless. Next at number 2, don't laugh at me for this one, but gaming cookbooks. A lot of them actually don't suck. These are fun little chintzy gifts that are actually kind of nice. You're giving somebody the gift of recipes, and food is the ultimate gift. So there are plenty out there. Some of them are a little bit more cheesy and don't really make sense. Like I'm sure there's a Super Mario cookbook out there somewhere, but there's some legit stuff like an Elder Scrolls cookbook, a World of Warcraft cookbook, a Fallout cookbook that are actually pretty solid. I feel like everybody gets at least one cookbook for Christmas, but instead of just getting some weird old Paula Dean Bobby Flay cookbook, why not get a Metal Gear Solid cookbook? I'm just kidding. There's not actually a Metal Gear Solid one. Unless there is. I don't know. Let me Google that. And finally, down to number 1, let's just acknowledge the ultimate gift for a player of video games. The top tier thing, of course, if you can afford it and maybe you really love somebody, it's a new next generation console or a GPU. Yes, we're talking about the Xbox Series X and S and the PlayStation 5 and the 30 series cards. We know that these are not exactly easy to get, but if you can happen to snag one, you will be seen as a god in the eyes of the person you are giving the gift to. Like, who doesn't want a next-gen console, especially when you still have to freaking move mountains to get one? Scalpers have been going after the PS5 and Xbox Series X like crazy, so you're gonna have to be pretty quick with the checkout process if you're hoping to snag one at this point, getting so close to the holidays. We always suggest this, and as much as I don't really like Twitter, your best bet is to create a Twitter account and follow some deals accounts that give you alerts. The best one is at Wario64 on Twitter. Follow him, turn alerts on. You'll get alerted anytime one of those nice new consoles goes up for sale anywhere, and hopefully maybe with some persistence and some luck, you might make out with something. Try not to support those scalpers who are gouging the prices, because like even if you're desperate, you're just making the problem worse. Now thankfully, on the easier side, if you are trying to get something, the Nintendo Switch, the Oculus Quest and Oculus Quest 2, and the PlayStation VR are still readily available, so you can still get some fun. Anyway, those are holiday gifts for gamers that we wanted to recommend. Some stuff that is both thoughtful and just kind of awesome and weird and silly. We had a bunch of stuff here, but we always have fun doing this. So like we say every year, if you got any other weird, unconventional, random gifts, any suggestions at all, leave them in the comments below. It might actually help somebody out there. As always, clicking the like button's all you gotta do if you enjoyed this video. It really helps us out. Thank you. Whatever holiday you're celebrating, we hope you have a really nice one. Thank you so much for watching us. We'll see you guys next time.